Alright, here we go. Hello, YouTubers. My name is, well, you can call me Sam. And I'm doing this video as part of the It Gets Better project hosted by Dan Savage on YouTube. So, here we go. Those of you out there, I am, yes indeed, a lesbian. I've been out for a few years now, maybe more depending on how you want to define it. I've not really got a girlfriend right now, but I have had a few relationships. They ended, obviously, and it really wasn't that bad. Things are not as bad as they seem sometimes. I mean, I'm going to give you a good look. I'm wearing a suit. That's right. I'm not a bum. I'm not sitting on the street doing crack or anything like that. I have a job. I am wearing a professional suit, and life is really pretty sweet right now. So, yeah, just because things suck for other people, just because they're kind of horrible right now, it doesn't mean that things aren't going to get better. I guess the big thing to start off with is it wasn't terribly easy for me when I was growing up. Granted, my first few years of high school, I really didn't even realize what I was going through. Um, I still saw guys as interesting, but more in the way that I had this fixed idea that I had to get a knight in shining armor on his white horse and come along and save me from peril and other nonsense like that. It actually wasn't until later that I realized I was really more interested in girls. It took some working out to do on that front. I had a friend in high school who was kind to me, who was honest and sincere, and she was somebody that everybody in our school liked. She wasn't popular, she wasn't unpopular, she was just all around a very likable girl. And I sort of developed a crush on her, and that's when I first realized exactly what I'd been doing wrong. And, of course, when I tried mentioning this to my parents, they were not pleased. In fact, they didn't listen to me at all and went on pretending that I was straight, which made things awkward. So, I tended to spend most of my time in high school up in my room. I wasn't very social. I'm still not terribly social right now, but I can still do it. And I actually enjoy it a bit more than I did when I was in high school. Ironically enough, it was my very Catholic grandmother. Yeah, imagine that one. My very Catholic grandmother who was more accepting that her granddaughter was more interested in girls than my semi-Lutheran mother and my strict atheist father. It was sort of awkward, but indeed a big relief for me that I at least had somebody to talk to. All of my aunts, of course, they're very supportive. They're happy to see anything as long as I'm happy. And I think that's because my aunts are all very independent women. They've all taught me to stand on my own, to be self-asserting and self-respecting, and to not really give in to other people based on the crap that they think you really should be doing. Because as we all know, just because it's popular doesn't necessarily mean it's the right way. I've also got a sister who is not only totally supportive of me, but she's sometimes mistaken by other people to be bisexual, or in some cases even transgender herself. She's awesome. She's going into the Marines, so that kicks ass. If you've got any doubts about that, she can't be with us right now. She's asleep on the couch. More, there are a few other issues I've gone through. Obviously, my relationships, I've told you already that they've all sort of ended, but I've always taken something away from them. Naturally, the girl I first had a crush on, she was the first person who helped me realize that I was, not like other girls. And she's the one who really taught me that it really doesn't matter who you are. It's more about whether or not you do the right thing. And when it comes to romance, it's about being honest with yourself and with whoever you're in a relationship with. It's about trust. It's about honor and respect and all that other feel good. I insert noun here. Then there was a girl right after her who graduated the same year that I met her. Here's my sister, actually, that I told you about. And I was infatuated with her after a few months of knowing her. She was very supportive. She was very much like a big sister to me, actually. And given that I'm the oldest in the family, a big sister role model was definitely something I was missing. She taught me all sorts of life lessons. She taught me how to stick up for yourself, how to keep your mouth shut when obviously it's going to only get you in trouble for speaking up at the wrong moment. And at the same time, that you don't necessarily need to be everyone's stereotype in order to live the way you want to live. That relationship sort of fell through because she left the hometown and I was very much secluded to the little village I was living in. But after I got out of high school and moved on to college, I met my first real girlfriend who I actually had a relationship with. Things were a little strange for us because it was mostly long distance. We saw each other, I think, a total of 2 times over 2 years. So that's your first lesson. Don't get into relationships over the internet. Be with somebody who you meet first. Not internet relationships are complicated. And when that one ended, it was also as my parents were going through a divorce. So breaking it off with her sort of gave me some insight as to what might also go on in relationships. That sometimes you don't really know fully who you are. And so that doesn't necessarily mean you have to know everything about yourself at any given point in your life. Things change, you change, you'll learn things about yourself, and you'll learn things about other people too. Currently, I am working in retail in a very high-priced name chain. I have a great job. I've also got a creative job as a author on the side, which is not bringing in money. That's why I'm in ad retail. My coworkers all know that I'm a lesbian. They're very honest to have me around. They're all happy to have me around because I work hard and because I'm just bizarre for them, and it adds a new creative streak to their lives. And it's a win-win situation for me because all my coworkers are really cute girls. So anyone out there who's thinking of that, just keep that in mind. They're all just great to be with. I've told my supervisors occasionally when it's appropriate or in context, and it's basically just a wonderful life. So once you get through high school and once you graduate, get out into the world, get away from a whole small hometown just for a little while and learn what the rest of the world's like, it really does get better.